Matthew chapter 6, verses 25-34. In this passage, Jesus is addressing his disciples and encouraging them not to be consumed by worry or anxiety over the basic necessities of life, such as food, drink, and clothing. He presents several reasons why they should not worry and provides them with a perspective on how to approach life. Jesus begins by emphasizing that life is more than just the physical needs we have, such as food and clothing. He suggests that there is a spiritual dimension to life that goes beyond the material world. He points out that even the birds of the air, which do not work or store up food, are provided for by God. He argues that if God cares for the birds, who are of lesser value than human beings, then surely God will take care of his people. Jesus then asks a rhetorical question. Can worrying add a single hour to one's life? His point is that worrying does not have any productive outcome. It does not solve problems or improve one's situation. Instead, worrying only adds unnecessary stress and anxiety. Jesus implies that worry is futile and unproductive. Next, Jesus draws his disciples' attention to the natural world, specifically to the flowers of the field. He observes that the flowers do not labor or spin fabric like humans do, yet they are beautifully clothed by God. He contrasts the splendor of King Solomon, who is known for his wealth and luxurious attire, with the beauty of the flowers. Jesus suggests that if God takes such care in adorning the temporary flowers, he will certainly provide clothing for his people, who are of much greater value. Jesus continues his discourse by contrasting his disciples with the pagans, who are preoccupied with acquiring material possessions and satisfying their immediate needs. He assures his disciples that their heavenly Father knows their needs and will provide for them. Instead of being consumed by worries about food, drink, and clothing, Jesus encourages his disciples to prioritize seeking God's kingdom and righteousness. By seeking God's will and aligning themselves with his purposes, they can trust that all their needs will be met as well. In conclusion, Jesus advises his disciples not to worry about the future because each day has enough trouble of its own. He encourages them to focus on the present and trust in God's provision. The overarching message of this passage is that worry and anxiety are fruitless and counterproductive. Instead, followers of Jesus are called to trust in God's care, seek his kingdom, and live with a sense of faith and reliance on him.